Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. It's about time. It's about time somebody who has some clout, who has someone who is respectable in the community, that is not trying to be all friends with Meghan Markle, says something about what she has done, how she has behaved. And Rose called her out. Rose told her, "Nuh-uh, you made a mistake." And yeah, she has. She has made a big mistake. So let's get after it. So the article is Talk of the Town, Rose Atkins-Hulse, uncivil war with fellow Californian Meghan Markle over Megxit. Yes, yes, yes. This is what we need. We need validation from someone who has the platform, that has the level of success equal to and greater than, I think, than Meghan, to say, you wrong, girl. You wrong. Former Californian figure skater Rose Adkins-Hulse has launched an attack on Meghan Markle, saying the Duchess made a big mistake with Megxit. Yes, she did, and we know she did. Rose married to her aristocrat husband, George Hulse, who is the grandson of Baronet Sir Hamilton Westrel Hulse, in 2017. She just before Meghan actually married Prince Harry. So she understands the pressure. And not only does she understand the pressure, but this is a woman who is successful, who is black, and she looked black. That makes a difference. It really does. To me anyway. She goes on to say, I think Meghan, meaning, she made a big mistake, Rose told Tatler. I don't think she was willing to be a part of the royal way of life. She just wanted to make her own rules. And that is sad. As a role model, Meghan could teach that all people are the same, no matter their color. That was a very powerful thing, being a part of the royal family. Instead, she went back to California to do a deal with Netflix. Yes! Don't you just love it? Rose kept it real. She was like, you just made a deal to go do shows with Netflix, but you were a part of the royal family. Girl, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? It's like Rose had to kind of break it down to her in a way that most people are not going to say it to her that are in Hollywood. Let's keep it real. They're not going to say that to her. But Rose saw the opportunity that she had. Rose saw that she could have been in that platform and done so much more good. But the problem is that Meghan wanted to make it about herself. Self-promotion, all about yourself, is not a way to really make things better. It's not a way to make the world better. We all do better when we're able to lend a helping hand, when we're able to say, hey, I can help you. I want to help you. And just inadvertently, by helping other people, you do sometimes end up helping yourself. But Meghan, all she wanted to do was, from the very beginning, made it all about herself. That's why her husband, Harry, is going to suffer the most, because everything that she and her husband are doing is all about them. It's not about Harry, his family, and the things that they know that they should be doing. Everything that they are doing is all going around the interest of what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. You are not contributing to something, to the greater good. You perpetrating. That's what she's doing. She's perpetrating. She's like, I want to help you. But all the time she's saying, I want to help you, she's like, I really want to help myself. And that's why she's helping you. Miss Rose has it exactly right. I think she deserves a hand for saying what we've all been saying and thinking. And it's so much better that it came from someone like her. It really, really is. This is the writer. If only there were more aristocrats with the guts to speak out so candidly. Yes. Rose Atkins-Hulse is a CEO and founder in her late 30s. She grew up in Santa Monica, California, and now she lives in London with her husband, 2 daughters, and their dog. She is the textbook definition of success. Yes. And look at her. A beautiful, strong, successful black woman that got a head on her shoulders. She's somebody who we can look at, relate to, and say, yeah, you go, girl. Do you. Yes. But when we see Meghan, we like, huh? What? No, stop. Just stop. Girl, stop. When we see Meghan, that's what we say. But let's keep it going. Yet her arguably privileged position has not come without years of struggle and hard craft. I always got no, she says. Before I opened my mouth, it was always no. I had to learn really quickly how to turn those no's into a yes. She has spent her career at The Hollywood Reporter, NBC Universal, the Sundance Institute, working in sales, marketing, and production. 8 years ago, she founded her own brand, Screen Hits Limited, which spawned her current passion project, Screen Hits TV, a genius app that allows subscribers to integrate all their streaming platforms from Netflix to BritBox into one app. I actually never wanted to start a company. I never wanted the stress ever, she says, detailing how her original dream, how very California of her was what, you guys, to be an actress, right? But there just weren't the roles for me, she says. What she knew she did want to be, however, was successful. I knew that from a very young age, she says, I wanted to be a VP of something. But then I saw a gap in the market and jumped on it. That's how we have Screen Hits TV. I grew up in Santa Monica, so there were not a lot of people who looked like me, she explains. My parents always instilled in me that I should never think anything was because of the way I look. So I started to think, okay, well, what is it about me then? I internalized that a lot growing up. I never attributed it to the color of my skin. I literally thought, well, what is it about me, my personality, that makes people not want to support or help me? I just made myself better at everything. I studied harder. I was nicer. I did everything harder. And this is so key when she says this, because this is the direct contrast to who Meghan Markle is. Meghan Markle doesn't want to do the hard work. She wants people to just give her stuff, hand it to her. You know, she's like, I'm pretty, I'm cute, I deserve it. When I was a young girl, my daddy gave me everything, so should you. Gimme, 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 gimme. She never wanted to do the hard work, Meghan. And this is why going into the royal family was going to be so hard for her. Because for one, it was about her. Number two, she didn't want to do the work. She didn't want to do the hard work. And so this is why Rose has said, you have made a mistake. You made a big mistake. You left the royal family to go back to California to get a Netflix deal. Now, come on now. What is wrong with you? That's what Rose is saying. Girl, snap out of it. Don't you see what the mistake is? Do you not see it? Do you not see how superficial you are behaving in this moment? Do you not see the platform that you had? Do you not see that you could have been on the world stage setting a good example, showing young girls, showing girls who are of color who would identify with you because they saw your mother, that, hey, look, this is a woman who's in the royal family that has some ties to looking like me because of her mother. Now, we know Meghan don't look black, but her mother does. And her mother would be up there with the royals too, and has been. And so that's a powerful image to see. But Meghan couldn't realize what she had. She could not realize the opportunity because yet and still, like I always say, she's very superficial in her stance, in her walk, and the things that she is doing. She doesn't see how being a person that has any kind of authority or someone who can speak about struggles, that can speak about all these different platforms that she and her husband are trying to speak about now, you don't have a right to speak about those things if you haven't done the hard work, if you have never struggled, if you have never had a sacrifice of anything that warrants people wanting to even listen to you. People don't want to listen to anything that Meghan or her husband Harry have to say because they come from a position of privilege and entitlement. This Rose, she has privilege. She has a lot of things that are deservingly things that she should have because her past has been very hard. From the racism that the unbiased racism that she's had to go through with being a woman of color, wanting to be an actress. And we all know, I'm gonna just take a little side note here. The whole issue with being in the acting industry, I can relate so much to what she was saying about the roles weren't for me. Being in California, living as an actor, as a black woman with no credits to your name and trying to make it in the industry is very hard. Especially during the time when Rose was probably doing it and when I was doing it, because you're looked at as a stereotyped role that you really don't want to play, but that's really the role that you're going to get. Now, there are some breakout roles, but they're not that many. They're very few. And if you're not connected within the industry and know the right kind of people and have the talent, it's going to be very hard for you. I know for me, being bombarded with roles that were always sexualized and always having to show your sensualities, like that is so not me. I know it's about acting, y'all, but trying to conjure that up in me was a very hard task. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do it. Can I get a role where I may be a lawyer or a doctor or... but when I was younger, I couldn't have gotten those roles. But yeah, when I was younger, the roles that I could get, there were skanks. I didn't want to be a skank. Okay, I'm going to keep it real. I didn't want that kind of a role. It was very hard. And so you have to understand that when you're an actor and you see all these people and you think, oh, I want to do that. What we have to realize, these women of color roles, especially during that time, is you forget that you black. You forgetting that you can't play the lead role as an unknown. We know we had people like Diane Carroll. There were a couple others. But come on now, Pam Grier, even some of the roles, the black exploitation films. I mean, you just have to look at it in context for the time and the era. I think things are getting better. But I just know for myself, and when Rose was pursuing her career in acting, the roles just weren't there. And you delusional if you think you're going to go to Hollywood, be Julia Roberts or the next Jennifer Aniston as a black woman. And it's hard. And I'm not saying it's impossible. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the wall, it becomes extremely difficult. And not to mention the Me Too movement that you're seeing now. Well, I was in this industry and so was Rose, I'm sure, during the time when that hadn't even come up yet as an issue. So there was a lot of dark alleys you had to try to go down if you wanted to be successful. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be successful in the industry, okay, this is how you gonna get the role. And the role ain't even going to be that good. And then sometimes you may not even get the role. So it is some unspoken truths to some things. I hear a lot more when I hear Rose say that there just weren't the roles for her. When I read that, there was so much that went through my mind that I could relate to. Like, yes, I get it. I get it. And the way she did it, the way she went about it is you can respect that. Because this is a woman who has a story to tell, a story to make you listen and understand that the success that you see didn't come easy. Now, when you look on Meghan, at the other hand, she's had it easy the whole way. She's narcissistic. She's entitled. She's always been told yes. She was spoiled. Her dad spoiled her. Meghan, her husband Harry said what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. Like with Meghan, she don't hear no. I mean, she may have heard it no a few times, sprinkled a few no's here and there, but she ain't really heard no. That's why when she was in the royal family, they were telling her, no, you can't wear that black fingernail polish, or it's implied that, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't wear black fingernail polish. What does she do? She wears it anyway. Oh, no. We don't cross our legs. What does she do? She crosses her legs. Oh, no. We go out, we wear our hats, or, our dresses come below whatever the rules are. She was told, but she didn't want to hear no, because following the no in that direction was too hard for her. That was too difficult. No. Oh, I'm just going to do it anyway, because I'm used to getting what I want. So she does it anyway. And that's what she did. That's what we saw. That is not me making up things, that's what we saw she did. So she couldn't even respect when she was told no, to abide by the no. She would still do what she wanted because she wasn't used to hearing the no. Rose could respect the no because guess what? When Rose heard a no, she heard an opportunity to learn something. Well, what can I learn from that no that will make me better? How can I be better? Yes, I heard the no, but I'm going to work even harder to get to the yes. Because she knew she could do it. It's possible. And it was possible just the same way for Meghan, especially because she didn't even really have the ethnic looking features. She could pass for white, and she marked herself as white. So she didn't even want to have that barrier getting in her way as being ethnic. She didn't even identify as a black woman. On paper, we saw, right? So you have to understand that someone like Rose is willing to do the hard work and not complain about it, but try to be better and work harder and be nicer. The direct contrast to what Meghan did. She didn't work harder. She didn't become nicer. She got rid of people. You're not my friend. I'm going to Markle you. She just was the most just dreadful friend you could probably have because you try to say something to her that would benefit her. And if she didn't like it, she would get rid of you. So you have to respect someone like Rose who is saying, look, I'm willing to do what I have to do to get the success because that's how important it is for me. And it wasn't about marrying someone that was going to give her the opportunity. It was about herself doing the hard work. And she knew she could get it because, hey, if you work hard, if you work hard enough, you are going to eventually get what it is that you want if you work hard enough at it. And it is possible. It is a well-established, if depressing truism that people of color have to work twice as hard to get half as much. Rose was embodying this, perhaps even without realizing it. The resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement this summer after the tragic death of George Floyd was a wake-up call for everyone, even Rose. I just took my parents' advice my whole life and thought, whatever I want in life, I can get it. I just have to find a way. I never really stopped to think, wow, are all these venture capitalists just saying no to funding because I don't look the way they expect a CEO to look? She asks. I look back and when I was pitching and people said we would never take a project like yours and then they took my competitors. I hate to say it, but perhaps there was some unconscious racism going on that maybe even they didn't realize or recognize. It makes me feel now maybe it had nothing to do with me after all. So that's very interesting because I find that there is a lot of unconscious bias that goes on, and unless you realize that perhaps you could be not given certain opportunities because of your race, the sad reality is, yeah, that happens because unconsciously people have certain stereotypes or thoughts about certain cultures and races that may prevent them from extending an opportunity to someone because it could be fueled by things from the media or an experience they may have had. And it just happens. But the thing is that Rose is showing that she had experienced unconscious bias, but yet and still she kept persevering and got what it is that she wanted. Now look at the contrast to what Meghan did. What did she do? She cried racism. Y'all racist in England. Y'all racist, I'm leaving. Now, we all know she did that because she didn't want to even be there. She didn't want to do the work, just like Rose said. She did not want to be there in the royal family. So what was her excuse? To be the victim and to call racism. And this is why she left, which makes it really hard because people that really have issues of racism, you know, her just calling racism when we know it wasn't racism makes it hard for the person that is really experiencing issues around race. Like I've always said, Meghan don't even look black. How much racism is she facing anyway, looking like a white person? Not very much. Not until her mother shows up and she's like, oh, this is my mother. And then she might experience some racism. Okay, let's keep it real. So Rose can see that her reaction to the racism wasn't calling people racist because I'm not doing what I want to do. Y'all racist. It was what? To work harder. What could Meghan have done? Meghan could have seen, oh, well, y'all not doing what I want to do. Y'all racist. And she wants to leave. Rather than thinking, okay, if it is racism, which I know it isn't, why not just keep doing what you're doing and be better at it? Why would she even think that it would be because of racism that she's even in the royal family? I mean, you're in the royal family. You're doing what you want to do, help people. So you say, so why are you calling racism and wanting to leave the royal family? It's all about her. That's why. It's self-entitlement. It's a narcissism. It's phony. It's fake. She's not authentic. She's not real. She is a person who is doing what she wants to do, and she's going to go about it the way she wants, and she's not going to learn anything from it because people are just going to give her whatever she wants. This is going to set a very bad future for Meghan and her husband, trying to go through her life as a person in California now, always wanting to hear yes and not wanting to really learn and work hard for the things that she gets. I mean, people get Netflix deals all the time, but they work hard for it. She just got it thrown in her lap without any experience, just because she was married into the royal family. She's a duchess that's getting ready to have her title taken away. So to me, there's a big contrast between someone like Rose and someone like Meghan. And Rose can say it because she's at the level of Meghan Markle, even higher as far as I'm concerned. She may not have the global stage. I didn't know who she was. But when you hear someone speak the way she has spoken about someone like Meghan, you have to applaud that and say, thank you, thank you. Because this lady gets it. She gets it. Someone like Meghan, who is entitled and who thinks that she should just be given everything she wants and treat people like crap and still think she should get whatever she wants. That's a person that is not learning anything. That is a person who will stab you in the back. That is a person who does not deserve to get anything just because she don't know what hard work is. But Rose does. She can appreciate the things that she has gone through to be where she is at now because she deserves it. Meghan doesn't deserve the things that she's gotten so far. She's not nice to people. She treats her family like crap. She's brought division within the royal family. She's brought drama within the royal family. She's been stressed out the elderly monarch, Queen Elizabeth. She's made the British people look like they're racist and just like they're not good people. And look at how they treated her when she first came in. They were so nice and loving, and the beautiful wedding and the accolades and the china with their pictures on it and all this people curtsying to her like, what? And you gonna call these people racist and treat them like that? Like she is nothing but trouble. That Meghan ain't nothing but trouble, y'all. I'm telling you right now. You hear me? Nothing but trouble. This Rose is somebody to be respected, because she's not expecting handouts. She's worked hard for everything. And I saw an interview with her. And you know how she behaved? She was so humble and so laid back and so real. This is a person that, to know this person, you can only become a better person by being in her company. There's two big extremes of pictures here, and I hope you can see it because I know I can see it. She goes on to talk a lot more about unconscious bias in this article, which I'm going to save for another video. I just wanted to address the issue that came out with this and thank Rose for saying what she said, because I can only imagine that Rose has faced a lot of adversity within her life. And this is somebody who, when you hear her speak about her life story and speak about her business and the things that she's doing, it has real substance. It has real meat on the bones. it comes from a place of just pure, authentic, real, good old-fashioned American story, success story. No, on the other hand, on the other spectrum of that, you guys know. We all know. That's what I've been talking about on this channel, so we know. But it makes you just sit back and just really just thank you, Rose. Thank you, my lady. Thank you for saying what you said. Because Meghan needs to hear more of this.